Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell because you won't want to miss any of the new videos that I'll be uploading in the future. So for today's video, I'm doing a highly requested video that you guys have been asking to see. It's going to be a quick review of two polishes that I picked up from the China Glaze You Do Hue collection, better known as the Sesame Street collection. I showed these polishes in a recent haul video and they are so pretty. I didn't decide to get this entire collection, maybe I'll get some more of them in the future, but for now I just got two of them. And I do like doing reviews like this because I know a lot of you probably won't invest in the whole collection, so if you just want like a sneak peek kind of review. So the two polishes I have here are really gorgeous. This one is called Free to Be Sesame. It's this beautiful green holographic. And the other one, very different, is this beautiful matte yellow, and this is called Beak on Fleek. So we're just going to take a look at them today. I'm going to swatch them for you and we'll just see a first impression. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Also, let me know in the comments if you like our new background going on right now. I may change it soon for like a fall background, but for now I thought this was a nice kind of in-between background. I have this really pretty fake succulent from Target, I believe. This is more of a holiday succulent because it does have some sparkles on it and frost looking things, but it is really nice and it's really pretty. And then I have two polishes over here. This one from Zoya is called Winnie, and this one from Ella and Mila is called Sun Has Set. So I really like this background, and if you have any requests for a future background or polishes to display, any new ideas like that, let me know in the comments. Now let's get started. So first we're going to look at Free to Be Sesame, and this is that really pretty green holographic polish, and I'm really looking forward to this one because it looks super unique. So let's see how the first coat goes. So it feels like a pretty mildly thin formula. It's not super thin, but it's not too thick either. So it kind of feels like a jelly polish almost, and it has a good coverage with the glitter, so that's good. Also, let me know in the comments what you think of these new China Glaze brushes. I think they started using these earlier this year, so I think I like them. I really like the shape, so. I just had to dip back into the bottle to get more product because I had a little bit on my brush, so I just needed a little bit more. I do also have Zoya's Anchor base coat on right now, so if this is a little bit sticky, that's probably why. But yeah, so this is pretty sheer on the first coat, but that's to be expected because this is kind of a jelly holographic polish, so I'm not super worried about it. I imagine this will take maybe 2 to 3 coats, and it'll probably thicken up over time too, so we'll see. But I do really like this color. This holographic color really caught my eye because you don't see a lot of holographics in this particular shade, so I thought it was unique. Okay, so there's the first coat of Free to Be Sesame. So as this dries down, I can see it's getting a little bit more textured, but I am really happy with the glitter coverage so far, so let's go in for a second coat. So I am doing a bit of a thicker second coat, but it is building up pretty nicely. And I think it depends on your preference. You could probably do this polish in either 2 thicker coats or maybe 3 thinner coats. Just depends on how you like to do your nails. This is looking pretty good in 2. I can still kind of see my nail line on this first finger. Yeah, it is kind of thick. I feel like because of all the glitter that's in here, it is kind of like lumpy and textured, but yeah, it is kind of a gooey formula, if that makes sense. So as I'm applying it, I kind of feel like I have to play around with the placement of it so it doesn't get too clumpy, if that makes sense. Like, because I did let this dry for a few minutes and it's still kind of sticky almost, but I'm really happy with the color, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so that is coat number 2 of Free to Be Sesame. And I think this looks pretty good on camera. You can kind of still see nail line, and in person a little bit. So I think I'll let this dry for a few minutes and maybe I'll come back for a third coat. But if you're not super picky, I think this looks great in 2. You know what, I changed my mind. Just looking at this in person for a second, it does look really opaque on camera. I know you can kind of see my nail line, but in person it looks so much more full coverage, and I think I'm good with this one. So that's really gorgeous. I'm really happy with the color payoff and the holographic sparkle. It's really nice. So this polish, I did really enjoy it. I really like the color. This is a really versatile color for fall and spring and summer and all the seasons. It's really unique and pretty, and I really do like the formula. I would like to try it and wear it for a few days to see how the glitter removes when it's been dried completely. So I think this one will be pretty easy to get off because it reminds me a little bit of some of the other glitters I've seen from China Glaze, and maybe even a few by Zoya, that generally aren't super hard to remove because it's a lot different than kind of like the glitter I have on my nails now, which is like a really heavy jelly flake glitter. So this one's really pretty, and I highly recommend this one. And also just beware of staining. I didn't experience any of that, but you may because it is a green shade, so just be careful if your nails are prone to staining, maybe double up on base coat. But this one is really lovely and it's really pretty. Okay, so next we're going to be doing our Beak on Fleek polish, and I'm kind of interested to see if I like this one because I've heard that it's kind of like a matte yellow and it's really not that full coverage. I mainly got this one for the name because it's Big Bird's polish, and Big Bird is really special to me, probably one of my favorite Sesame Street characters. So let's just see how the first coat goes. Ooh, right off the bat it seems really sheer and pretty thin and a little bit streaky, but let's just see how it goes. Let's stay positive. I like the color. I think this is a nice color to transition from summer to fall because it's not super bright and it's not super muted either, so nice in between. It's kind of a brighter mustard color, I guess. I'm also trying to do this quickly because my camera's gonna die. But yeah, the formula is not bad. It's looking pretty streaky, but the formula is not super watery at all. Oh yeah, I can see my pointer fingers, that dried down really quickly, wow. Let me know in the comments what your favorite China Glaze matte polish is. I think I have a couple of them, but one that comes to mind right now is Combat Bloots, I think it's called. That one was really popular, I remember. That might have been their first one, actually. I'm really glad to have that one in my collection. Okay, so there's the first coat of Beak on Fleek. Looking pretty interesting right now, so let's see how this goes. So now onto the second coat of Beak on Fleek. It dried down pretty interesting. This finish is very unique. It doesn't look like the other matte polishes that China Glaze has done because this one's like really super matte, and it is a cream polish, so usually their mattes are shimmers. I don't know what the texture reminds me of. It kind of reminds me of like a melted crayon. That's kind of what this finish makes me think of, but I don't know. Interesting. So this is the second coat. It's not doing much more for the coverage, maybe a little bit, but I'm also doing these pretty quickly, so maybe if you let it dry a little bit longer, it might cover a little bit more. Also, if you maybe tried this over a white base, it might work a little bit better. There's lots of things you could try with this one. But I'm not mad at the color, I really do like it. Okay, so that is the second coat, and you can see these two already dried down pretty quickly, so I don't know. Let's see how 3 coats does. So I'm going in for the third coat. I think this is the final coat I'll do because I generally don't do more than 3 coats on a polish. So let's see. It's still not looking much more opaque, but maybe if I just float the brush over it, it might do a little bit better. Yeah, it does look pretty thick, and it's already just 2 coats up until now. Yeah, I think this one would be best over a white base. I'll try that next and see if it looks any better, but yeah, like I said, I mainly got this one for the name. It's just a nice keepsake to have, but I don't know. If this is your cup of tea, if you really like matte polishes and not super opaque finishes, then definitely this is a great one for you, but I know many people do like a full coverage polish, and I know not everyone is a fan of matte finishes, but I don't know, as I always say, I've never met a polish I didn't like, so I think this looks way better on 3 coats. It's still definitely pretty streaky, but again, you could also put a shiny top coat over it. It might look a little bit better, so I don't know. I still kind of like this one. So that is Beak on Fleek from the You Do Hue collection by China Glaze. That's our last polish for today. I did really enjoy this polish. I think it is a very unique formula. It's kind of like a very quirky polish, and I think this is kind of to your own taste. If you like this kind of color or this finish, it's a very kind of, I guess either you like it or you don't. It's kind of a really different polish, but I really appreciate it. I like that they put variety in this collection. And this one, like I said, was mainly just sort of a keepsake to have because I really love Big Bird. But otherwise, I mean, this will be unique to try for different nail art things. I did try this one over a white base, but I probably should have waited for the base to dry a little bit longer because it just got kind of streaky and messy and didn't really work how I wanted it to. But maybe I'll try it out again in the future. And yeah, overall, this one's really nice. It is kind of up to you how many coats you want to do or what kind of finish you want to get out of it, so you can decide for this one. It's really nice, and I'm just glad I got to show it to you guys so you can see how unique it is. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. So I really do like these polishes. They are very different and very unique, and I think these will be nice for a bunch of different nail art looks and things like that. So I think my favorite of the two is definitely Free to Be Sesame, but this one is a really nice keepsake to have. So let me know in the comments if you've picked up any polishes from this collection. It's a really pretty collection. I really like how it looks all together. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Have a polished rest of your day. Bye. Oh, also, really quick before I go, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see bloopers in any of my videos, or like a blooper reel or something like that, because I asked you guys on Instagram if that's something you'd be interested in, so let me know if you'd like to see any bloopers at the end of my videos. I think that would be funny. So anyway, have a polished rest of your day. Bye.